I'm Raj, and I'm a master's student at Stanford working on a project called AlphaXiv, an archive labs project where you can discover, read, and discuss research directly on top of archive papers. So having done research at Stanford, I always felt like sometimes when I had questions on papers, I wish that there were a central community where you can ask questions or exchange ideas directly on top of papers. And so I started working on a project called AlphaXiv, where you can have the paper on one side, and on the right side, a list of questions and comments that people have already discussed about the paper. And the idea being that anybody can ask questions and the authors will be notified and can respond to those questions as well as other readers. Today, it's evolved into a platform with tens of thousands of students, researchers, and hobbyists around the world exchanging ideas, asking questions, and building new ideas off of the discussions emerging on these papers. So I'd love to show a quick demo. So here's one of the papers. This is actually the Llama paper from Meta this year. And so you can see the paper on one side, and on the right side, a list of questions and comments made by the community. And the author, Lawrence, is actually responding to a lot of these questions. So now we are an archive labs project, which means that you can actually go to any archive paper, and at the bottom, there will be a link in the code data and media section, if you toggle to AlphaXiv, where you can find the link to the AlphaXiv version of the paper. And so in this case, you can see another example of the paper on the left side and a list of questions and comments from the community on the right side. Here's another cool case where somebody actually proposed an idea and the author endorsed it, and this was a cool idea that emerged from the discussions on the paper. And you can see that you can actually just go ahead. It's a really simple interface. You can highlight and enter in a private note or a public comment to post on the platform. So another cool thing that we've been working on now is a feed to help researchers discover papers, because right now there's an overwhelming flood of research being published. And so what we wanted to build, when we spoke with arXiv, they also mentioned that one of the categories within CS is AI, which is really broad. And one thing we wanted to do is help researchers identify what's trending or what are the hot areas of discussion in their specific area of research. So let me show you another quick demo where now you can search for specific topics within AI. So for instance, maybe you're a multimodal researcher and you can search like multimodal learning and filter by what's been most viewed in the last 7 days within this specific area. And you can also see quick breakdowns of the paper as well. And so I can click another tag, let's say human-AI interaction, and I can go ahead and click on one of these papers to see the sorts of discussions on the paper. Finally, another cool feature that we've been working on to help with researchers is you can go ahead and click on your profile, and we'll actually create a website for you that will have your publications and a quick bio. We noticed that a lot of researchers, will have these websites, and they're often based on a few GitHub templates. So rather than having researchers spend a lot of hours creating these websites, why not we just automate this for them? So I can walk through this demo as well. So we can go ahead and create my research profile, and I'll go ahead and click next. And I can enter in a name for my domain. So I'll just say Raj Palleti, and it'll now find my publications, and I'll go ahead and generate this profile. You can see now it's written a bio that I can go ahead and edit, and I can also preview it. And you can see that it has gotten my picture from Google Scholar and also my publications as well with figures from my publications. So I can go ahead and publish it, and now this site will be active at rajpalleti.alphaxiv.io. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this tool helps you and your peers.